Hello, I'm Rachel, and I'm here with my favorite chickie, Alana. How have you been since I last saw you and yelled at you over the phone?
I've been so good. That was crazy. I got up when we got off the phone. I said to Ethan, I'm like, oh my God, that was crazy. He goes, I thought you guys were having a civil conversation. I was like, you have a sister. You should know that was not civil.
What would you like to dive into first? Recap Disney, our Disney trip in January?
Yeah.
Okay. So we went in January. I got deathly sick on the last day there.
It was freezing cold while we were there.
It was freezing cold. And it was, half of it was magical and great. The other half, I was ready to go home, which was beyond sad.
It was our last full day there. That night, okay, so we were there for 5 days?
We were there Tuesday through Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I have no Thursday.
Saturday through Thursday.
It feels like forever ago now.
It does. We were there Saturday through Thursday.
Okay. And so our second to last full day was Magic Kingdom. And it was kind of chilly outside, and you had been saying that you were like kind of cold all day, and I was like, oh, like,
I was freezing.
We were kind of moving around and stuff, and it was cold. It was probably like 40-ish degrees.
It was probably a little warmer than that during the day.
But at nighttime.
I would say I was coughing all day that day, but I felt fine. I didn't have a stuffy nose. I didn't have a sore throat.
Yeah.
I just had like a little tickle in my throat and it wouldn't go away. And then by the time we got to the dessert party,
yes,
I was frozen solid.
And she was sniffling.
So cold.
Like an hour before the dessert party, she was like, you were like sniffling nonstop. And I remember asking you, I'm like, are you sick? And you're like, no, I'm not. It's just like the weather change. I'm like, no, I understand.
I've been in denial because like
we were having the best time.
We were having the best time, and I've been here coughing all day, but like I feel fine.
Yeah.
I'm just coughing.
Well, you weren't even coughing at that point. You were like
all day of Magic Kingdom.
No,
But I really started coughing at the dessert party, and I was frozen solid at the dessert party. I had a terrible time. I was ready to go home, which is really a shame because the dessert party was one of like the best things we did.
It was a good time.
Yeah. Even my mom like still talks about how great the dessert party was.
That we had our last full day then was Epcot.
And I arrived late.
So every single morning we had conjoining rooms. Yeah. So every morning we would hear a little knock, knock, knock on our conjoining door, and like they'd be like, are you guys ready? And like, are we ready? And stuff like that. And no one was knocking on my door, and I like was like, are we going? And so then I knocked on their door, and Rachel's in bed like this. No hair, no makeup. I'm like, are you good? I said, are you not going today? And you're like, everyone's like, she's not good. And I'm like, what the hell happened in like the 12 hours?
Dramatic.
Everyone was scrambling trying to find Rachel medicine. She was dying.
Yes. So the problem that morning was I'm pretty sure my fever broke because while I had been cold and coughing all night, that morning when I woke up, I was in a puddle of sweat.
Yeah.
I felt absolutely terrible. And there was no way I thought I was going to the park at all.
Yeah.
And like I probably shouldn't have. I was sick.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for going to the park and spreading sickness to probably everybody else.
No, because
but like everybody was sick. But the problem that I had was when I got on the bus later to go to the park, nobody else was coughing. Everybody looked like perfectly fine, and I'm just sitting there like going.
That I don't know if I was like so self-aware because you were sick, but then there was a point we ate at Akershaw, the Norwegian.
Yeah.
And you had left shortly after that.
Yes.
And I don't know if I was like self-aware because I knew you were sick, but I felt like everywhere I was looking, people were like everywhere all over the parks. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that it was the first time I had thought like this is like a viral thing going on right now. And then when we got on our planes to go home,
oh my God,
everyone was hacking.
I didn't even feel like I was the sickest one there.
No.
Like, not even by a long shot. The person sitting next to my mom literally sounded like they were dying.
We had a girl a couple rows ahead of us, and I was like, this is a good time in life to be having masks. Like, I wish I had a mask on me. We were all sick.
Everybody was sick. And then when we got home and like I was talking to some of my friends.
Yeah.
And everybody was sick.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Like everyone at my work was sick when I got back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like Austin, my daughter missed a full week of school after. So she was out of school for 2 full weeks. She was so sick. She had like a respiratory. And in hindsight, we maybe should have gone to the walk-in because influenza was kind of going around.
Yes, but if you don't go within, 48 hours, they can't really do anything.
Well, they first 24 hours you get Tamiflu, but after that you can get something, but I don't think it's like as.
I just like wasn't that sick. Like I just kept coughing.
Yeah.
And like the only time I felt truly terrible was that morning of Epcot. But then like after I took the Dayquil and got on that bus, like I felt great. And then after lunch I was like, no, I'm not okay.
I know. I did wear a mask at work. I think I work 3/12. So I wore a mask at work Monday and Wednesday. And then my last day, Thursday, I didn't. The only reason I wore a mask is because I have like clients that have littles or like immune compromise. And I just felt like terrible.
Yeah.
But then they all came in hacking up along too.
It was terrible. But the trip itself was so good. We started the first day we went to Hollywood Studios, correct?
Yes. We had to rearrange some of the days.
We did. Okay. So Sunday we went to Hollywood Studios. That was our first day because we got in there and the marathon was going on. Remember?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
We rode Tower of Terror twice.
In the dark.
Yes, we rode it in the dark.
We rode it in the dark and during the day. So it was fun to do that. What was your favorite?
Rock and Roller Coaster. Which Alana did not know went upside down until we were standing in line.
We were standing in line and I was already feeling kind of anxious just because I don't do a ton of research because I'm very blessed to have a Daniel in our group. And he does all of our research. It's like literally having a travel agent with us 24/7.
No, when I tell you I don't have to plan a single thing for this Disney trip, I don't have to book a single lightning lane.
Yeah.
I don't have to book literally anything. Daniel just does it all.
And we usually are the ones that plan literally everything, but it's nice because when it comes to Disney, we don't really have to lift a finger.
Plan and like we initially book, but all of the reservations,
but other trips,
all the lightning lanes, Daniel takes care of the rest. So we say we want to do this, this, and then we just get to bop along and do it.
Yeah,
because Daniel takes care of it. And
it's a good time.
It's a good time.
So we're standing in line, and I guess I'm used to Magic Kingdom where the rides are literally like a little like you know,
they're the ones you like hop on while they're still moving.
Yeah.
And then like you go through a little story and like
I know
it's great fun and it's magical.
Yeah,
they're not like thrill ride.
No, so we're waiting in line and I see like over the speaker it's like, make sure you keep your head back, keep your arms, like everything back. Yes, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I see it goes like just so fast, just zooming, and I'm starting to get sweaty. And Daniel goes,
"Didn't you see the roller coaster?"
He goes, "Have you looked at this?
It's upside down. Like the car is upside down."
He goes, "Is now a good time to tell you that it goes upside down?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't know that." He goes, 30 times. 30 times it goes. I'm like,
okay. I made the comment of, did you see the car outside? It's upside down on the track.
I just like to go blind. I just do.
No, it's a great roller coaster. I believe it's closed now because it's getting rethemed to the Muppets. And I just saw something that said Disney filed a permit to paint, and outside the building is the big red guitar.
Sure.
So there's some speculation if they're going to change the color of that guitar or if they're going to leave it red.
Well, I could understand it being like, I guess I haven't looked too much into it, but somewhat the same theme-ish because Muppets has like animal and stuff like that.
I remember the two Muppets that are going to like lead the story of it. But it's really just that one clip, you know, when you're in that room where Aerosmith is like recording.
Yeah, I really liked that. Yeah.
So they just really have to change that, and then they just have to change the voiceover for when you like go.
Got it.
And then like, of course, the ending where it's like, you made it.
Yeah. We rode Slinky Dog Dash. Austin loved that ride.
She loved it. She loved it
twice. No, twice or 3 times.
Only twice because She rode it with Ethan and my mom. Well, we went and rode Rock and Roller Coaster.
We're Lightning Lane people, so we don't really wait in the lines unless they're like short. So they wanted to wait in the 30 minutes because Austin loved it so much.
Yeah.
But then the ride broke down and they were in line for like an hour.
Yes.
But she would have done it 10 more times.
Mom, who I don't think was quite sold on the price of Lightning Lanes.
Yeah.
Literally, once they had to wait in that line, said it was worth every single penny.
Yeah. And it truly is just an easier way to do Disney with kids.
And then we saw Fantasmic.
Yes.
And that is one of my more favorite shows. I love Sorcerer Mickey.
It was good. They play like old 2000s Disney Channel music. Yeah. Rachel's like, oh, I know who this one is. She knew this is Vanessa Hudgens.
No, it's from those like Disney Mania.
Yes.
When I was a child.
Yeah.
Like, that is the music they played was Disney
Mania.
Yes.
We rode Mickey's Runaway Railway.
That one we rode 3 times. I'm almost certain.
Yes, and then we rode twice. Austin rode 3 times
because we got in with early.
We did Tower of Terror while she did.
Yes, but like we rode it first in the normal line, because we got into the park half hour early. And then they got in line one more time really quick before it hit 9. Well, we went over to see if we could get in a standby for Tower of Terror, because it was still before 9. And so we were like, well, we can get that in and then use the Lightning Lane later, which we did at night.
Yeah.
And then we had a Lightning Lane for Mickey and Minnie's later that we all got to ride.
Austin loves that ride.
It is perfect.
She rode it for her first time at Disneyland. And we have never been to Hollywood Studios just because some of the height requirements, like she wasn't quite there yet.
Yeah.
So then when we went to California, Disneyland, she rode it there and we rode it twice. Yeah. But so she loves that ride. Every time we get off, she's like, I want to go again. I want to go again. Yeah.
She got off of every ride and wanted to go again.
Yeah.
For Tower of Terror, do you prefer the Hollywood Tower theming or did you like the Guardians theming in Disneyland?
I feel like I would have to do the Guardians theming again just because we did ride that one with Austin, even though we told her that
it was going to be scary.
It was going to be scary and it probably just was not well suited for her. And she wanted to do it anyways.
Concerned about that when we were dropping and there's no real theming during the drop.
Yeah, I feel like I would like to do it again and be like more focused because I was so focused on her. But I did like that theme, but I also like the nostalgic old
the Hollywood Tower theming. I don't know. There's just something about that theming versus just
and you got the cute Hollywood Terror ears
because it's one of my favorite rides.
Yeah,
it's always
they're really cute. Rides. Yeah,
yes, I did get those ears.
We rode Star Wars again.
Twice.
Yep. I love that ride.
Like, it's honestly perfection. The only downside was that the animatronic in that one ship that you stand in,
it was down.
Broken.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see where you were flying. So that's why the second time we stood at the back.
Yeah.
You could actually see the image of us flying.
Ethan and I watched all the Star Wars when we got home and we went through like binge. I have a really freaky obsession with Anakin Skywalker right now. He's in my locker at work. There's a couple photos of him.
It's actually so wild.
It's so funny. I love Anakin Skywalker, but now that I've gone through the movies and I know who like Ben Solo and Kylo Ren and like Rey is, like I have a better understanding of what the ride is. And the ride was so cool before, like, but now that I like actually know,
yeah. Yeah, Daniel and I have not watched it, and that's still, like, since we wrote it, was one of our favorite rides. I think one of the best things is that when Daniel and I first wrote it, like, we hadn't seen the inside.
Yeah.
I think I really saw it.
Yeah.
So it was completely, like, fresh experience from getting on that ship to walking out into that one big, like, giant room full of the stormtroopers. Mm-hmm. Like, that's crazy.
It's really cool.
It's, really cool.
My Cocoa Puff cold brew was there, so we got that twice.
Yes, that was better in Disneyland, though.
It was so much better in Disneyland, except I will say it's like way bigger in Disneyland. They give you like bigger cups, but in Disney World they give you like plastic cups.
That was better in Disney.
It was, and it was like thicker. The one in I like strong coffee, but like I do. So I really enjoyed it. But
I
the
did
one
not enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's why I felt like you liked the one in Disneyland because they had more cream cheese, and so it was like dripping down and turning the coffee color like lighter.
Yeah.
Whereas the one in Disney World, it was like
a lot more coffee.
It was skimmed.
It was.
So day 2.
Day 2, I went to the water park with Ethan, Austin, and my mother.
Yes.
It was so cold. The first thing Ethan and I did was go into the gift shop so I could buy myself a swim cover up because
the swim cover up is sheer see-through.
No, it was long sleeved though.
Yeah.
And
it's super cute.
I didn't think about the fact that I was going to have to like walk, like I'd have to be in the water, get out of the water, and then if I wanted a drink or food, like what am I gonna do? Put my dry clothes back on?
Yeah.
No, like I needed a swim cover up, and I'm a dummy who did not bring a swim cover up.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't thinking ahead, and so I had to buy a swim cover up there.
Well, your husband.
I also didn't buy flip flops, and so I needed flip flops.
Your husband and I had a grand time at Animal Kingdom.
I heard.
We pretty much rode every single ride twice, and we were able to ride the dinosaur rides before they shut down the area. Yeah. And we ate some really good food.
It was already closed, but you were able to ride Dinosaur, correct? Or was Dinoland open?
No, it was open. Yeah. I could be. No, yeah. The one where it's like the kind of like Dumbo, but the dinosaurs, the one you and Austin did the one year, that was closed. But they still had like the jungle gym thing open.
Oh,
yeah.
So like part of it was closed, part of it was not.
Yeah. We rode Everest twice.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. It was a good time.
Flight of Passage?
Yep. We did Flight of Passage and the river. We had Indian food. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had nachos at the water park.
Yeah.
We sat in the wave pool for a while. And then we walked to the lazy river. I know it's the coldest walk of my life.
Was
it? Even colder than when I was sick at Magic Kingdom.
Oh, no.
All of us were like,
oh my gosh. Was Austin cold too?
Austin's lips were purple.
She never gets cold. She refuses to admit she's cold.
Yeah, no, she did. And then we rode the lazy river around. And then we went to this little like splash pad with all these like little slides, and it was Anna and Elsa themed. And so I just sat there while Austin like went around and all that. It was cute. It would be super fun if it were warm.
Yeah.
And so like when we go back, like I really want it to be warm. Like we're going in November, so it's really going to be a hit or miss.
Yeah. Okay, so when we were in Disneyland, Rachel and I, we were in the cars area, and Rachel and I had to go to the bathroom quick. And so then I don't know what Austin, Ethan, and Daniel were doing. Maybe they were on a ride.
They went on that little Mater one that goes.
Yeah. But so then as we were walking through the Cozy Cones, there was this photographer.
Oh my God. Stop. We do not need to talk about this at all.
So we're like, oh, let's take photos. And he like definitely thought Rachel and I were a couple.
Yeah. Which is actually wild because we look more like siblings than anything else.
It was too funny. So Rachel and I were just like dying the whole time. And so then when Daniel and I were going to Animal Kingdom, he goes, we are not taking any photo passes. I was like, okay. So like there's photo passes throughout, and Daniel is taking photos by himself in these photo passes. And then he goes, do you want to take some? I'm like, I could.
I don't need solo pictures.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
yes. But I just was laughing because like we were all like traumatized by the couple of photo shoot we had in Disneyland.
No, it was actually terrible. It was terrible.
It was too funny.
It was funny.
It was too funny. We need to print those out.
No, we don't.
Never. Day 3.
Day 3. That was Magic Kingdom, which we had a magical time. Magic Kingdom is always a good time. Austin was
Snow White,
like the beautiful Snow White.
The yeah.
Everything. It was like honestly perfection. She was so cute.
We usually do the middle package for Bippity Boppity, and Snow White is the only time I would ever do the tier package.
The costume is just so
it's stunning.
Better.
Rachel and I always talk about how pretty the dress is, and like we just have always
talk about how beautiful it is all the time.
Yeah.
And she, is on this kick where she wants to be beautiful, not cute.
I know, she's really.
So we talk about how beautiful and stunning this outfit is.
Yeah.
And then she's like, that one.
Okay, but also propaganda, because the Snow White movie is coming out, and I felt like there was like, I don't know, like I just don't know if it was in her brain, like seeing ads for Snow White.
The ads were not before.
They were like through the Wicked showings, and like the Disney Plus has been showing it before their movies and stuff now when we watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like maybe.
I would like to just give her credit that she chose this all by herself.
She did. She had Elsa here, Snow White here. She chose Snow White.
She was stunning. She had like a top, like knot on her head. Yeah. It was so cute. It was beautiful.
So and then we got matching ears. You got Snow White ears, and I got the Evil Queen ears.
Yeah.
And it was so cute.
And then we did mystery pins, and Rachel's mystery pin was the Evil Queen. Yeah. So it was meant to be. And I was wearing a red shirt that day to be like Minnie Mouse, but then it actually worked out. It was like Snow White. So it was cute. It was fun. It was a good time. And then we did the dessert party for the first time.
And then we did the dessert party like sitting and eating and drinking when we could be standing on the concrete.
Yeah.
Like securing
because we get there like 30 to 45 minutes.
If you want to be able to see the castle, if you want to be able to see the fireworks, you have to.
And then you're standing the whole time, which is no big deal. There. But we do park open and park closed, so the days are long.
The time you are just standing there on cement.
Yeah.
Like your feet hurt.
Worth every penny. I would do it again. The only downside I will say is you can't really see the front of the castle.
See the full projection.
No. So if
you can see like the top of the castle, but you can't see the full projections. Which for me isn't a big deal. Like the music.
We've done it before. Yeah.
I know there's the dessert party where you can go sit on the hub, like the green where we normally eat lunch, but you're so far back, like you have to stand then.
Like, no, I really enjoyed it. It was nice. They had like make your own crepes. They had chocolate covered strawberries. They had tea, coffee, champagne, wine, cocktails. It was amazing. Hot chocolate. Austin loved it.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
One frozen.
Yes.
It was great.
Yeah.
I would do the dessert party again. Daniel and I are discussing that for our
It was really cool.
We want to do.
It was worth it. Do you have a favorite ride in Magic Kingdom?
Mickey's PhilharMagic.
Okay, I do like that one too.
Mickey's PhilharMagic, and that's not really a ride, it's a show.
Yeah.
But it is the best thing in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that is the cutest show that there is. And watching Austin like reach for things on the screen
is so cute. My favorite ride is Peter Pan's Flight, and
it's the first time you rode it.
It was the first time I rode it, and I started tearing up. Call me stupid, call me crazy, call me a Disney adult. I don't care, because I like Peter Pan. I like how magical the movie is, and it's weird, but I like it.
And it's
yes,
so cute.
Yeah. And you see the Lost Boys and Captain Hook and Peter fighting on the ship.
Yeah.
You fly through London over Big Ben. It's a cool ride. I liked it. We've never done it.
It's because we haven't done it because we don't prioritize that as a lightning. And that as a lightning lane always sells out.
Yeah.
And the only reason we did it as a lightning lane first this time is because you get to pick 3.
Yeah.
The week before. And we knew we weren't riding Tiana's Bayou because it was
so cold. Yeah.
That we picked.
People were getting soaked. Like we watched a lot of videos on it before. People were soaked.
Disneyland. Disneyland is having a problem.
The videos we were watching was tagged Disney World, a couple of them.
Regardless, none of us wanted to get wet at all.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't even matter. Yeah.
In hindsight, we probably got more wet on Pirates of the Caribbean. No, Pirates of the Caribbean was not
the Frozen ride. We got soaked. Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean was not doing their explosions in the water.
Yeah, because it was so cold.
Do you think that's it?
No.
Do you think they were broken?
No, I don't think it was that. I don't think they care.
Because they always go off.
Yeah.
It's always a toss-up on who in the boat is going to be next to that spot.
I actually enjoy the little splash because Pirates of the Caribbean smells good. And we usually do Pirates and Jungle Cruise.
Right away north. We didn't do Jungle Cruise this time.
No, we didn't. It's all right. It's a little leisure.
It's because we decided, again, with the lightning lanes, and then Jungle Cruise sold out of lightning lanes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like we usually do it right away in the morning, and we've gone when it's maybe warmer, and so then it's a little splash just wakes me up.
Well, also, so for Early Park Open, Adventureland and Frontierland are not part of Early Park.
Yeah.
And so it's only Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, and so that's how we ended up over there. Whereas this was our first time staying on property at Disney World. Was it not? No, it's not.
Contemporary.
Yeah, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know why we always start over at Jungle Cruise and Pirates, because we wouldn't go that way. We'd come around.
We just get that area done with, usually, is what we do.
Yeah, that's true.
Because all we really do over there is Jungle Cruise, Pirates, Tom Sawyer, that tree house or whatever that Austin and Ethan like to do.
Yeah.
We get Dole Whip over there. We do Aladdin's Magic Carpet Ride. And then I think that's pretty much it.
We don't do anything in Frontierland, and we didn't this time again because Big Thunder Mountain was closed.
Okay.
There is another water ride over there, I think, but we don't do that one. Or no, is Kelly River Rapids in Animal Kingdom?
I actually have no idea, just because we usually spend a lot of time in
Magic Kingdom.
Like in the
Fantasyland.
Yeah. Yeah. That's usually.
We spent a lot more time in Tomorrowland this time.
Yeah. It's all right. We did the People
Mover?
Yeah, for the first time. What the hell is that ride? I liked it, I'm not gonna lie. It was
like one of those things that like people do every time they're there. Like, I don't know
I don't understand it. I think people do it just to get off their feet. It's like longer than it needs to be.
I don't know.
You're sitting for like 15 minutes.
It was not 15.
It felt forever. And I think it felt forever because we were so hungry and we were putting our mobile orders in for Casey's Corners. It was fine. It was good. Yeah. It just was weird. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last day was Epcot. We did the Frozen ride. We did Guardians of the Galaxy twice.
Yeah.
Which they are getting rid of virtual queues, though. Like, you really,
I saw that.
Twice.
Yeah.
Unless you want to wait in.
They found people were scamming the system. Not even scamming, just like, I don't know.
Whatever.
No, because did you see people were signing up? Daniel sent the video. People were signing up their toddlers to go and then taking the spots of their toddlers.
So to be fair, the first time we ever went to Disney World all together, and you and Ethan, really, we took your cards and continued to book.
That was at Magic Kingdom. Yeah. Austin was like literally like freshly too.
But we used yours and Ethan's. Like,
yeah.
And so then we just got to like book more lightning lanes at a time.
Yeah.
And then,
why wouldn't you?
Right?
Like, yeah.
And we've never done it again, but like,
because we're there with you the whole time.
I know. And you're there with us the whole time. It was a couple hours. We got in a couple extra rides. Like,
so Epcot we did
we did Soarin' with Crush, and once again, Austin Girl was not picked.
No, but you know what? She had a really good like attitude towards it. She was like, "That's okay."
Can we go back to Magic Kingdom to Belle's read along?
Yes, the Belle's story book or whatever
of Austin.
I forgot about that.
So we did for the first time Belle's like read along.
Yeah, it was closed because of COVID for a while because you're literally packed into
so the first time
closet size room.
The Magic Mirror wasn't working.
Yeah, so they gave us tickets to Lightning Lane.
Yeah, we got Lightning Lanes to come back. And we did come back because I wanted to see it. We've never seen it. I knew it was interactive, and we had Austin with us.
Yeah.
So like when Daniel and I go by ourselves, we're not going. Like, that's weird.
It's kind of cute to see all the kids.
You need to have a child to go. Otherwise, there's no point in like going through this little show. And so you're like, they pick roles. Like, they're like, this is the
and
role.
It's cool because they include every single kid.
They do.
Yeah.
Everyone gets like a little sign to hold.
A character from the
movie. From the movie.
Yeah. They have you audition.
Yeah, kind of audition pretty much. Like, who wants to be this? Let me hear your roar if you want to be the
or like who wants to be like
the horse,
the teapot,
gallop or whatever it is. And Austin was like not auditioning.
You were like, oh my god, she's gonna get like,
she's not gonna get anything.
A chair. She's gonna get like,
and then the wardrobe was like, now the most important part is who's gonna play me.
Yeah.
And Austin sang her little heart out.
He goes, who can I hear sing? And Austin goes, oh! And you could see her because we were sitting behind them. And it was like the second to last one. And I was like, oh my god, she's going to get like a chair or something. If she doesn't speak up, I was like, is she going to do it? And everyone's standing there like this. No one wanted it. And he goes, can I hear someone sing? And her whole head to that vibrato. She's like, oh! Like, she wanted that part.
She wanted that part so bad.
And she loves to sing.
Yes. And she got to do it twice, like when they were practicing. The only downside was she didn't get to do it for Belle.
No, she didn't.
Like, I think she would have wanted to do it.
But she had her Snow White costume on, so she was just adorable. She was so cute.
And then every time she'd come back over to us, and I'd be like, do your, like, thing. She would do it. And she'd
do your part. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like she never sings when I ask her to.
She never sings because when we watched Wicked, Austin wanted to sing all the Wicked songs and Rachel kept shushing her.
Okay, but we were in the theater and she started singing Defying Gravity and I'm like, girl, this is important part. Nobody wants to hear you. I know you want to. Yeah. But the death glare she gave me when I started singing.
Too good.
It was so good.
But it was cute. It was so cute.
It was cute. She wanted to sing so bad. It was like actually
throughout the day we'd be like, Austin, sing your part for us. So she'd be like, oh! It was so cute. So she's got a lot of confidence.
She does.
Yeah.
It was
she also
and then so she goes, is Belle real? And I go, yeah, girl, she's so real. And then she goes, is Lumiere real? Because he's like on the fireplace mantle. And he like moves.
An animatronic, yeah.
She goes, is Lumiere real? And I go, yeah, of course he is. And she goes, but he can't get down because he's stuck to the wall. And like
she's a skeptic.
She is. And like Lumiere's like this. And he's got like, you know, things like that move his arm. But like they match the color of the wall. Like they match the curtains.
Yeah. No. So Rachel and I had been scoping up, like we were looking in Austin, like all the little girls in the show, like throughout the thing, they were like looking at Belle, smiling. And then we'd look at Austin, she was scoping out the whole room. Like she was like clocking it. She's like looking at the books, looking at the ceiling,
looking at the things holding.
She was like, this is sus. Like this isn't real. It's so funny. And so she comes to sit on Rachel's lap, like afterwards, and she's like this, I want a library like this. She's just, all the little girls are like, we met Belle. Austin's like, Lumiere is not real.
Is Lumiere real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get down. No. Ugh, Epcot.
So funny. Epcot. So we also went on Living with the Land, which I know nobody appreciates, and Austin got off and said, that was so boring.
Yeah, the only thing she really liked is it's a banana tree. Bananas! She's like, she was like not liking it.
Love Living with the Land. I don't know what it is. We always do it right after we get off of Soarin'. It's just so calming, and I feel, and I don't know. There's a restaurant like above it that uses all the stuff from Living with Land, which I've heard is super good, but I've never been to it, mostly because it's in Epcot, and Epcot has all of the restaurants around the world.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's really good.
We went to Epcot when there wasn't a festival going on, so it was pretty mellow.
Highly recommend do not going to Epcot without a festival.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing.
It was not busy.
Yeah, it was not busy, but
because there was no festival.
I like I've been when the booths are open and stuff.
Yeah,
so
like none of the booths are open. But it was good.
It was good.
It was fine.
We were able to do a lot of rides since we didn't do like a ton of eating, and we had a reservation. Okay, we did Frozen.
Yep, we did Frozen. You guys did Remy's. I went home.
Oh my god, I got sick on Remy's. I
heard everybody did.
Yeah, I had to put my head in between my legs. Like I did not enjoy that ride. It's cute. I felt sick. And then I don't know if it was just like the small, the big.
You did not get to go through Moana's water journey.
No, because we did Guardians.
Ruined it for us because she got wet, and then we were told we weren't going through it again.
Yeah, so their mom had Austin, and they were just trying to find things to do like while we were on Guardians, and because we rode Guardians twice back to back.
Yeah,
so we were on for a little bit, and so we come back. And Austin has this big axolot hat, like this big fuzzy thing that like you put your hands in, and she's soaking wet. And we got her the Magic Kingdom or whenever, she wanted an Elsa costume, the Elsa 2 costume, because she really liked the pants.
Yeah.
So that thing was already kind of thin and like didn't dry.
And she was wet.
And
it's because, and I've heard people have been getting wet on the one spot I know she got wet on.
Yeah.
It's because if you don't wait, it doesn't, like, it's a curtain of water.
Sure.
And if you don't go slow enough or like wait in front of the sensors, like it doesn't open.
No, your mom said that there was this spot, like a waterfall, where she was like, don't like get Austin, don't do it. And she was like anyways, just dove in.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah. So then I said, Austin, why didn't you listen to grandma? Like, it's not nice. She goes, I couldn't hear her.
And we go, because we were trying to like catch her in a lie.
Yeah.
Like, what did grandma say when you went under? And she goes, I didn't hear.
She was doubling down on that. She couldn't hear. And she had that axolot hat on. So
but she was like, we were like, oh, what'd she say? Like,
I couldn't hear her.
I couldn't hear.
Yeah. She was not giving that up.
She could not hear.
Yeah. She was being.
But it's really cool. Like, they have the spots where you go like this and the water like rises with your hand and like lowers with your hand. It's really cool. I want to go through it in the dark. I've only gone through it during the day.
Sure.
But it is quite cool.
Yeah. No, Epcot was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I don't feel the need to like go back. I would go back like with. I felt like there's a lot for kids to do there, like more than I had thought, because in previous times I actually told Rachel and Daniel I didn't even know that there was really rides there. Like I knew there was like one or two, but I didn't realize there was as many just because I've gone during festivals.
Yeah.
It's where my main priority was eating and drinking. Mm-hmm. And I've never gone with Austin. Yeah. So then I think if I were to go again, I would almost just want to go like for a birthday trip or like adults.
Turtle Talk with Precious.
Yeah.
I am like bound and determined to have her get her question asked.
I know. We've gone 3 times.
It's only because this group of kids went and sat right in front of her.
Yeah.
She was at the front. And so it did make me kind of mad.
No, like, Rachel and I both were like eye twitching.
Like stick your kids in front of the little line right in front of her.
So they're on like this big takeoff
there was so much room.
And so we were like the first family with kid up there. So we're like, Austin, sit up by the line. She's like, okay. And she's like really excited to do it. There's probably this much room in front of her in this teeth line. And this boy sat right in front of her.
It's like the person in the camera who's not Crush.
Like the
yeah, Crush.
Yeah.
Would have never seen her.
No. And count your days. If you're a parent that is shoving your kid, like, that's selfish. And what does that teach your kids?
Yeah. It was like, and that little boy got picked for a question.
Yeah, he did. And so then my poor, sweet little Austin, I felt so bad for her. So bad. But then afterwards, she was like, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, we're like, we can do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. She just like didn't want to go through the pain again.
I know.
Poor girl.
It was so sad.
So I was like, do you want to tell us what your question was? And I can't even really remember what it was.
She did make up for it because at the Princess Dining, she asked every single princess
question.
My God.
So yeah, when we went to the dining hall, it was like there was 4 princesses that came around.
Or was there 5? So there was Ariel,
Sleeping Beauty, Snow White,
Tiana.
And Tiana. Yeah.
No Belle.
No Belle was there.
Was she?
Yeah, she wasn't. It was probably my least favorite Belle we've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she kept going, what?
Oh, well, Austin wasn't.
Austin's a quiet girl. Yeah. Sometimes. And so she was asking every single princess a question, and it was really cute.
And we'd run through the question before she asked, so like, we could help.
She was prepared. Yeah.
And then she switched the question.
Yeah, she don't let them know your next move.
No, we didn't know her next move.
No, it was so cute. And then Sleeping Beauty came over and she goes, "You are my auntie's favorite princess." And she goes, "Oh, I hope I'm your favorite princess too." And Austin's like,
"My favorite princess is Tiana."
And then Tiana came and she's like, "You're my favorite princess." She loves Tiana.
I think Tiana thought she said, "Your prince is my favorite," because she said, I like your prince too.
Oh.
Because she was dressed up as
Elsa. She was dressed as Elsa. Yeah.
Or she said something. I don't know. But it was cute. They were all cute.
I know they were cute. Austin asked Snow White what her favorite animal was.
Yes.
It was so cute. And Snow White's like, I like deers and
I liked Snow White a lot.
I loved Snow White. Snow White was cute. It was a Snow White trip.
It really was.
Yeah. Snow White year.
Mm-hmm. And then we all flew home the next morning.
Yeah.
Which was a lot more successful than my flight there. Well, let's do the hotel thing quick. Let's do full scope. We stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Fully renovated, so the rooms were all new. They were nice. There was plenty of space in them, I feel like.
I thought there was a lot of space.
Tons of counter space. You guys saw the pool. I didn't really see the pool.
Yeah, the pool was cool. It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was super nice. Everything was really close together, to walk and refill my cup in the morning or even at night.
Their gift shop was super cute.
The gift shop was
Their
cute.
food was Disney food, but it was nice because they had a variety of things. They had
pizza, chicken strips, normal, I feel like normal
wraps, salads. Yeah.
Ones. We got less, I feel like there was less options at the Contemporary, but I feel that that's only because the Contemporary has actual restaurants.
Yeah, they have more sit down dining. This was all
this was
service.
Yes.
Yeah. They had the beignets. They had a really good gift shop. I really liked their gift shop there. They had the Scats Cat Lounge. Is that what it's called? We didn't go. We were going to. Yeah.
We also went over to the Polynesian for dinner.
Yeah.
Which was at Kona.
We do love that place. Yeah.
That's good. We love their gift shop.
Austin had kids sushi at Kona, and they had it shaped in Mickey ears, and she loved it.
Yes,
she loves sushi.
And we like their gift shops because they have two. They have gift shops.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Right, one upstairs, one downstairs.
Yeah, 2.
The Dole Whip stand though was disappointing this time.
They didn't have good flavors.
They didn't have good flavors.
Yeah.
We thought to try to go to Trader Sam's. We ended up not going. We were all tired.
No, they didn't have.
They didn't have room. We would have had to wait.
Yeah. That was our first night there, and so we were just kind of ready. You guys had a long travel day
with our mishaps and having to drive to different airports.
Yeah.
At 3 a.m.
But we liked their hotel. I would stay there again.
I would definitely stay
there.
It's a
good price.
Yeah, it's a moderate.
Yeah.
So typically people are there's no point in moderate because with the deluxe you get the restaurants, you get extended hours, you get stuff for the upper price. Whereas moderate, you don't there's nothing between the value resorts and moderate. There's not. But it's just nicer. And it was smaller, and I think we paid for it to be smaller. Our buses were close. There wasn't as many people.
My dad had lived in Orlando, so before we had just stayed at my dad's place.
Yeah.
And then the only other time we've stayed on property
was at the
Contemporary. So we really have nothing else to compare it to besides the Contemporary price-wise. But I did.
And the Contemporary is expensive.
It was expensive. It was it was expensive. And we stayed at not even in the the tower. We stayed in the garden. Just because by the time we left, it was a month before they had this trip planned for a while, and we decided we were going to go a month before your trip, and there wasn't any rooms left besides the garden rooms.
Yeah,
and they were even $700-800 a night, and you're not even in the main tower.
Ours was still $800.
Yeah, it's kind of,
and this was less than half of that.
The perk of it is you have the monorail right in the building.
No, that's an amazing perk.
Yeah. Otherwise, I guess I don't get it because we don't spend a lot of times in the hotel anyways to be able to enjoy it.
If you're going to stay at a deluxe resort,
you need to put a hotel day
at the hotel because you're getting all those benefits.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about when we deep dive into our next trips, because Daniel and I are staying at a deluxe resort, and I plan to have a hotel day because of that simple fact.
Yeah. But where are you staying?
We're staying at the Yacht Club.
Okay. That's what I thought. I could remember.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Overall, I would say it was a good Disney trip. Had I not gotten sick, it would have been even better.
No, I always like going to Disney with you guys. It's fun.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
And I think my mom had a good time. And
yeah. Well, I'm glad. I think it was a lot more walking than she thought, and she's a pretty active gal.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was only tired the Epcot day, because I was
Listen, your last full day there, everyone is just dreading going home. The magic is kind of dying off. You're just kind of ready to get home.
That is true.
Yeah. I always hate my last full day there because I'm just tired. It's your last day. You are thinking about getting back and packing up your suitcase and getting your airport stuff together. And it's not. There's other things on your mind versus what your next day is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, it was great. We had such a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess that kind of wraps up our
hour-long conversation of Disney.
But yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And that's all I got.
That's all we got. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.